got a date. So, hi, Harry. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, there's no room for you to lay down this morning. Mommy's got stuff. How's everybody doing? Hello, 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 and welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els, and we are working on our steampunk album journal. Hi, baby. Say hi, Harry. Say hi. You gonna say hi to everybody? No? You're not gonna say hi? You don't have any hellos for anybody? Oh, that's because your Arlene isn't here yet, huh? Hello, Form. How are you? Okay. You got to go. Get down. Go on. Scram. Thank you. Okay. So let's very quickly, let's take a look at what a album journal is. An album journal is basically this. This is a scrapbook album. It's meant to have pictures in it, okay? And this one is actually a build from Heartfelt Creations. And they have all of these wonderful little add-ins that you can put in. Unfortunately, they're out of business. But I still love their stuff. And what it is it's basically a book, and it has these pages in here, and that's where you're supposed to put, all your photos and your photo mats and all of that. But and I do build these on my own to make them the size that I want, but this one worked for what we were doing, so we used the built one. So inside here, we call these fins. We've covered those with some digitals, some steampunk digitals, a couple of different ones actually. I think there's 4 of them that we used for this, and he's a bad kitty. I got to see what he's up to. So we have like some pockets and some journal cards in here, and some flips with little journaling cards in them. More little pockets with tags, another pocket here. And we're not done with this. All of this outside stuff is going to be there'll be even more stuff. But we did this one, which is also a piece from Heartfelt Creations. This is a solid piece of cardstock, and it zigzag folds. And so we have a pocket here that needs a journaling card, and a pocket here. And then we gusseted this part when we folded it over so that we could make this one that this big piece fits in. Okay. So we're going to have a signature between each of these. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures. I have completed a signature off camera. So I have one signature that I did off camera, and it's not quite done yet. It still needs a few bits and pieces, but I've got that one. And then we are working on this signature right here. And today I'm going to be doing just a little bit more ephemera, and I'll explain all of that in a second. Hi, Michelle. So, so this is our first signature, which means this is the first one the first signature you're going to see when you open the book. So we have a nice big journaling card here, a huge tag here, which we decided to use a tap instead of, it's a rivet instead of an eyelet to put that in. Then we have lots of journaling space. I'm big on journaling space. I like to have a lot of room to write in a journal, because that's what a journal is. A journal, by definition, is someplace that you write. So I don't like it to be over the top with decoration. I like it to have space to write. So we have all of this space, and then when you flip this up, you get all of the rest of it, but you also get a little piece here where you could put a little something. We have a whole page here to journal with just a little journaling card tucked into the corner. More writing space here. This is this particular paper was single sheets, and I had to make a signature page out of it. And you can see that here in the middle where I did that right here. And again, just writing space. One of our big tabs. There's a video for these if you want to do one of these big tabs. And we just added washi tape to the back of it so that it didn't look barren in the back. One of our pre-cut pockets down here with a little card tucked in. Another pre-cut pocket here with some little journal cards. Another pocket, a little journaling card. We're going to explain this because I originally thought that this was from My Porch Prints, but it's not. I miscredited this. This is actually from My Black Cat. I believe. This is a paper clip, hidden paper clip, and it's decorated both sides. Another pocket with some tags and things. We haven't finished them. We will. Little journaling card up here. This needs to be backed because it's just single weight, 110-pound paper, not cardstock paper. We did this yesterday. So this, again, is from My Black Cat. I have a little metal tab here. Then another tab down here, a big tab down here at the bottom, lots of writing space. Another pre-cut pocket with a couple of little journal cards in it. And then this just topper and, lots of journal space. Now, we do want to put a flip in this section, so I made myself a note to make a flippy. But I also noticed that I was running short on some ephemera, so we're going to be doing a little bit of that today as well. So let's get that out of the way. Now, I have a question because this drives me nuts. Ugh. Let me grab this. So a few years back, I found all of these. These are Tim Holtz Sizzix, and they're supposed to be embossing folders. And they look very heavy, like heavy embossing. And the texture is very heavy, and I love them. This one actually embosses and cuts wings. This one is like just rocks. And this one embosses and cuts out like a frame. These do not fit through any freaking machine. Anybody have any idea how to get these things through a machine? Because I would really appreciate it. I sat here last night and tried to run these through. I have Texture Boutique. I have my Sizzix Big Kick. I have the Grand Illusions. I have a couple of other like off-brand ones. I've tried to run these through every single machine that I have, and they will not run. As a matter of fact, these tear up the plastic sticker on your base plate when you try to run them through your Big Shot. So if you know how to use these, let me know, because they don't freaking work. Hi, Arlene. So I am early today because I have a date. So I have to be off of here by 11:30 because I have to go pick up my girl because I have a date with my granddaughter. This is her first time I'm taking her to the auction with me. We're going to go spend some grandma's money. All right. So let's get credit where credit is due. Hold on. Let me grab this. Make sure I got the right stuff. I'm a disaster, so today. I did the big no-no last night. I took a shower before I went to bed because I felt like ick. So I wanted to take a shower. So I took a shower before I went to bed last night. And, partially because it's freezing cold. And at night is the warmest it's going to be in my bedroom because I have vaulted ceilings. But about an hour before we go to bed, Hubbard goes in there. He turns on the space heater, closes the door, and he turns on the electric blanket. So it gets really nice and toasty in our bedroom before we go to bed at night. So I was like, I'm going to grab a shower. So I got a shower, and I went to bed with wet hair. Yeah. Big no-no for me. I'm going to show you why. Do you see all this? I have so many curls right now. It's ridiculous. But when I woke up, my hair was still damp because it takes forever for all of this hair to dry. It's still damp now. So I had to wait for it to dry so that I can brush it out. Otherwise, I have like curly hair on the sides where it was dry and straight hair in the back. and I look weird. Okay, so this, I have been asking you guys for days if anybody knew whose designs these were. And because I ordered this through Temu, and after I got it, I was like, I know I've seen this. And I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I couldn't find it anywhere. But I love it. I love the visuals of it. I love the graphics in it. I like the crispness of the images. And I like the color palette. So I was searching yesterday for something, and I have to be honest, I have been looking and looking and looking and looking for, steampunk that works for this. That is what I want to use. And I'll tell you why, because almost every freaking thing that is steampunk is like, I know steampunk's, it's fantasy, but this is like fantasy. It's all like the Victorians taken right out of it. You know what I mean? And it's all women with gun belts and animals, and it's ridiculous. So last night, as I was scrolling, I came across this image, and I went, wait a minute, I know that image. Excuse me. So every time I see one that I think is from this set, I stop. Excuse me. And lo and behold, this image was in there, exactly like this. And I went, holy crap. So I started looking, and there was a couple of other ones. This one was also in there. And I went, oh, I found it. So I started looking, and sure enough, I found it. But in addition to these, there was a whole set of ephemera. Not like and not like tags and stuff. You know what I mean? Like usually when you get ephemera in something, it's got tags, and it's got tabs that you can't cut out, and it's got stuff, journal cards, that type. No, this was just these very basic images, and I went, that's exactly what I've been looking for, because what I've been looking for is small stuff to make like clusters and stuff with. So I found the artist for this. Hi, Marie. It is Girl One Art on Etsy, all one word, Girl One Art. And that is the person who made this. And I want to make sure that they get the credit for it. So Girl One Art is the one we are using. Also, I have finally found a use for this ugly, but I'm not going to say the other word, this ugly Tim Holtz paper. Now, if you know me, you know I can't stand Tim Holtz. For a lot of reasons. But mostly because, let's be honest. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show you why. So here's a piece of Tim Holtz paper. Okay, now I am not pushing hard. Okay, I am putting a score line in the Timmy paper. All right, now I'm going to fold this Timmy paper, and I'm going to burnish my fold. Okay. Let me just make sure I got my fold nice and straight. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's already cracking. It's already beginning to crack. Tim's paper cracks. It cracks. And that's with a score line. That's like with, the way you're supposed to do it. So, not happy. But I did find a use for it. Yeah, just take that garbage and cut it up into die cuts. So I did cut some of our strips. I went into the drawer last night. I found a new set of gears. I also pulled some of our bubbles and stuff. So I've got these. I have what's left of a sheet of paper that I used to cut some of those out because I was like, that's actually kind of cool. Well, okay, the whole thing is cool, but the waviness of the lines is kind of awesome. So I figured I could use that in something. I have this one only because it's got the alphabet down here and the alphabet over here. I don't really like the back, but this, if it's torn, can be used. And then this piece and this piece, I put them through those embossing folders that I can't get to work. And that is the best emboss that I can get. This one I wet, and that was the best embossing that I could get, which kind of sucks. Thank you, Miss Arlene. So, yeah, because I did it the first time, and this one here tore. See, look at that. See that? That's Tim Holtz paper. Do you see how it's all, yeah, it tears like that. Anyway, I ran it through. I was very upset about this. Timmy owes me a base plate. So I ran this through on the top sheet. Look at what it did. Do you see this? This is all peeled off back to here. Now, just so we are all sure, do you see how that fits exactly? Yeah. I tried running it here without any, without the extra pieces. It did the same damn thing. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Holtz, you owe me a base plate, an extended base plate for my big shot, because your crap tore it up. Matter of fact, I might title this video, Tim Holtz owes me a base plate. She does. She keeps me out of trouble. Okay, so let's talk about we are on our 4th challenge for our Projects of 26 challenge. And our challenge right now is to use a playing card as our substrate and somehow incorporate finger painting into that. I don't care how you do it. It doesn't even have to be paint, to be honest with you. If you're using like rub and buff, as far as I'm concerned, I consider that finger paint. So some kind of a playing card using finger paint, which I'm going to do. I'm supposed to do it today, but I haven't got the card, so I'll have to get a card out and then we'll do it. But so I went last night and I cut a bunch of these out. Now, let me tell you what I got here. So I did cut some cards. There's a couple, not many, but there are a few journaling cards in the group. That's something different. And let me go over here. This is different. I'll explain. Oh my God. Hubby got slugged last night. Yeah. You want to know why? Because he mansplained something to me. He attempted to mansplain something. Hello, Miss Francis. Oh, no, honey. Warp does. No. You can use it. You can use it. It's a regular embossing pad. Like one of the semi-clear ones. How warped is it? Send me a picture. I know. So, okay. So this is something different. So this whole set is part of these. Okay. And it came, and there's more in here. I know there is because I saw them. Where are those little boogers? Here they are, right here. They're tabs. And here's the best part. These were not impossible to cut. Not impossible at all. You know how I am. Tabs, you know, people get started with these tabs and they're like, you know, no, these were just straight lined. And all I had to do was nip out this little piece right here. And these are straight cornered on all four corners. So these could be cut with a pair of scissors. And yes, I cut them with my favorite fussy cutting scissors. But there's a whole bunch of them. And I like that. I like the kind of rust colors. Some of these are rounded corners, and I really didn't want to go with rounded corners, but you know, it is what it is. But at least now I have a whole collection of smaller parts that I can use to make, you know, things. Now, these I cut out of our regular papers and, you know, the ones we've been using, and I fussy cut the crap out of them. This is something totally different. There's a whole sheet of them. And I shrunk them down because I wanted them to be about 1 inch, and then realized that whoever put this together, and I have the name of the designer, I just not on the top of my head, but the person that made this particular set, oh my God, cannot make them the same size to save their butt. They're all different sizes. Okay, honey, that can be used. But I have a feeling that that is one like these, and it sucks and will not go through the machine. So, yeah, it doesn't matter that it's puffed up like that. When you run it through the machine will compress it. So you can use it. But here's the deal. This is what I found. So in order to get these to run at all, let me tell you what I did. I used one plate and I put it on the bottom, on the top, and I'll show you what I did. Where is it? What did I do with it? See, sometimes I'm brilliant. Oh, here we go. Okay. So what I did is I put this. This is just a sheet of plastic. Like it's a couple of millimeters thick. Sheet of plastic. And just work with. A thing that works really good for this is like if you go to the grocery store and you get like croissants or something like that comes in one of those plastic containers from the grocery store, or you get like one of those big sheet cakes and you've got the cover to it. Fold that puppy in half. It's going to give you what you need. Okay. And then see, because this one is the exact same kind of plate. Okay. So what I did is I put this thin sheet of plastic, and like I said, you could use any kind of plastic. If you have like a couple of sheets of acetate, you could use that as well. And then what I did is, let me actually use a plate that we can all see. So what I did is I put the plastic down first. And I've kind of worked this out. And then put in your paper in your embossing folder, put that down, and then put your plate on top of it. Doesn't matter what plate you use. This just happens to be my magic mat because it's got a little give to it. Okay? And then just hold it until you can get it to go through the machine. Oh, let me get a regular plate. It's not going to want to work. But you see what my problem is. Oh, I forgot to take the platforms off. Take your platforms off. Take off platform number 2. Put your plastic down. Put your embossing plate. Then put your top plate. Do not use your bottom plate. Because with these, it's not going to go. You got to get this thing to go through there. It's a pain in the butt. But do you see my problem? Why I had such a problem with this? Now, watch. I'm going to do it without this at all. Okay? Y'all seeing the problems here? Okay. So I'm holding this down as tight as I can and getting it into the machine. Now watch what happens. Do you see it starting to slide? That's my issue with it. So to get this to go through, because no level will work, what I did was I just put my whole plate in. I put my embossing folder on top of my plastic, so I added another piece. And it finally goes through. And then I went back and forth a couple of times since I had it in there. And that is the best embossing I can get for this. So my advice with these big, thick, brownish colored ones, you need a thin piece of plastic. I want to say that I got this at Daiso. And if I did, I'll go back and look. And if they have them at Daiso, I will get them and put them in the next sale so that people can get them if they need them. Because those black embossing folders, they suck. Okay. But yeah, if you can get like 2 or 3 sheets, this is very thin acetate, but and I don't have mine right now, but I do have it. If you can get the plastic that comes from the cake boxes that you get in the store, glue them suckers together. Get one of them, fold it in half, glue it, press it under some books. It is the perfect size wedge for these. Okay, I'm done being a crackhead. Where the hell did I go put my other plate? You dumped it. There it is. Okay. Okay, and because your machine is new, pick a plate to be your bottom plate. Only cut on one side of it. Okay? Then if it starts to warp a little bit, like this one, see how it's got a bit of a curve to it? Then turn it over and cut on the other side. But keep one plate clean. This is how you make your plates last longer, okay? Once you get this one is totally shit, like you have cut the crap out of it, you can, and if you go back to some of my old videos, you'll see I have one that had a big crack right here in the middle of it, and it was actually separated. No big deal. Just use it any damn way. But if you keep it where you're only cutting on one side until you just can't cut on it anymore because it's bowed, turn it over, cut on the other side till you can't cut on it anymore because it's bowed, turn it back and do the other side. And keep doing that until the damn thing cracks. But keep your other plate clean. Don't cut on it. Mine's cut because, well, let's be honest, I have a bunch of used plates. When I buy a machine that's used, I try to give you the nicest plates I can. So I have a bunch of old crap plates, which is why I always say don't, Yeah. So find the shim that works best for you, okay? Now, finger paint on a card. Okay, I don't have any cards. I don't even know where my playing cards are at this moment. So I will find a playing card today. I'm going to make myself a note. Where's my pad? Here it is. Dum Dum. Find playing card for challenge. Making myself a note. Okay. Okay, your magic mat. Let's talk about these real quick. Yes, they get wonky. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. The magic mat is nothing more than these Dollar Tree mini cutting boards, to be honest. Okay? It's the same exact thing. Now, here's how you take care of these, because I know a lot of people have them. And this is mine, and you can see it is beat to crap. Wow. I got price tags off of other things on here. All right, so how do we take care of these, and how do we get it to stop doing this? Yeah. Okay, here's how you do it. Take your magic mat to the sink. Soak it in some water for about 10 minutes, no more than that. Then get a brush and scrub it. Just a little bit of soap, mild soap. I use baby shampoo. Turn it over. Okay? Once you've done that, put some hot water. Put some water in like a kettle or a pot, whatever. Put this in a cookie sheet. Pour scalding hot water over the top of it. Not over the top, but, into the pan. And then put weight on this. Best thing is probably like a gallon jug of water that will hold it down. And let it sit for about 10, 15 minutes until the water cools. Take it out, and it should be flat again. Okay? Matter of fact, it should be pretty close to brand new. I've had mine for probably about 4 years now, 5 years, I don't know, since they came out with it, because I got it to test, and I still use it. And I have been known to wash this and just throw it outside in the desert sun in like July to get it back to good. I just got one. Okay, so I'm going to do some ephemera. Tonight, craft with me, we're going to do some page toppers. So get out your doilies. Get out your doilies, because we're going to be doing some page toppers tonight. Okay? Okay. Let's see. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? Also, I got some matte paper that I thought we could make some book pockets out of, because we don't have any other book pockets in this one. And I like the idea of the map. I have a lot of book pockets, but, All right. So now that we've futzed around for 30 minutes, let's do this. Because I have to be out of here in about half an hour. Okay. So let's do this. What are we doing? We are making some ephemera pieces. We're going to start by tearing these little puppies apart. Why? Because they're good bases. They're strips. Even though they have wonky edges, they're strips. So, okay. Boop. All right. All right, so I'm going to ink the crap out of this. That's actually where it went through the embossing folder. When I tried to tear it, it torted it. It torted it on the line, which is cool. Okay, here we go. More ink over here. Hi, Hubs. That means he's had 2 cigarettes. Ooh. One more growl, and this is going to be a half-day kind of day. She says, hi, Pop Pop.
Easy girl.
Trying to get the glue to work. Glue doesn't want to work. Okay. All right. So what is it? Hair or makeup, kiddo? Hair or makeup? Which one are you on? This tells me how long I have. Arlene says, hi, Grumpy Hubber.
Not grumpy, just waking up.
Oh, you're already done. Oh, cool. If anybody didn't know, Form is it's my granddaughter, the one I had the hot date with.
Something will be hot. It's cold up there.
I know, right? You woke up early. I'm sorry, baby. Hey, did you want to go by the bin store today too? We could go by the regular bin store for Salvation Army. You want to do it? Totally up to you, babes. I got her hooked on bin shops when we were in when we went on our trip, the last one. I took her to the bin shop in Utah. She got some really good stuff. Mama needs a basket? Oh, okay. What does she need a basket for? What kind of a basket? How big of a basket? A little basket? Big basket? Is she putting all her eggs in one basket? What is going on? Oh, here it is. Okay. I ordered some new strips because it was all out of sticky strips. I needed some. You know, for stuff like this. See that? There we go. She said she needs it for Saturday, but I'm going to take a picture of it to show you later. Okay. Okay. It's like some kind of weird creature. Ooh. What's that? What's his name? What the heck was his name? Not Ziggy, the other one. Was here? What was his name? Something was here. Yeah, the resellers kind of tear it up. Although I have to say, the ones that go to the Salvation Army one, they're a little bit better than some of the others, like the Goodwill one. Savers used to have a bin, and they stopped, but they used to have a bin. And I got to tell you, those people were vicious. Like a new bin would come out, it would be like shoes. As soon as they would put that bin in place and they would go, okay, people would just walk up and just grab arms full of stuff. And then they'd be fighting over it because one person got one half of the pair and the other person got the other half of the pair, and they'd be arguing back and forth over what shoes they were going to trade. It was just ridiculous. Okay, I'm better now. Okay. Yeah, if you can get to the bin shop and there aren't a lot of resellers, it's cool. But if there's a lot of resellers, yeah, no, that sucks. Like the first time I took Shay in there, she was like, what is with all the stuff in my baskets? And I was like, just stay away from the baskets. Stay away from the baskets. Because those people are mean. They're mean. We did good though at the bin store we went to. It's a Goodwill, I think. Yeah, it's a Goodwill. And it's huge, and it's in Orem, which is where American Crafters is. You know, that's where their base is, their home base. So that's where I got all those motors and stuff for the Revolution, which is a die cutting machine. I have to see though if I can make it work on anything else, you know. All right. So as soon as I'm done here, I have to pull an order real quick. It's one item. Just put it in a bag, throw a sticker on it, and then I'll come grab you, and we'll go and we'll do my pickup. Then we'll do the bin store, and then we'll head over to the mall where they have the auction outlet, and we'll do that. I don't have anything to pick up at that auction shop though. So we're just going to go in. I thought we'd do the $1 room and the $3 room. See what they got. Yeah. Spend some of Beema's money. Oh, that's good. Yeah. My ex-daughter-in-law, her parents do the bin shop. And I got to tell you, they're aggressive. Like to the point of nasty. I've seen them in the bin shop. They don't like, I don't know. They're both so drugged up. They don't know it's me. We're doing this one. Okay, put some glue on it. I just like it. Oh, I should probably ink it first. Yes, I actually fussy cut with small scissors yesterday. I know, impressive. Not something I do in the normal, but you know. What was I doing last night? Oh, I was watching Xena. You know, Xena the Sassy Crafter. She was on last night by herself. She needed to wind down. She had to get up early this morning, and then she ended up being on until like 1 o'clock in the freaking morning. And I was like, girl, go to bed. But you know, sometimes you just need to wind down. It's kind of where she was, you know. And ooh, I like this one. What do you think, guys? I really like it. I hate fussy cutting. Let's be honest. I absolutely detest it, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Where's my other strips? Oh, they're all in here. I'm like working with just what I have on the table, and I'm like, where's my stuff? It's all right here. Look at this. I got strippies and strippies and pieces and strippies and parts and little pieces and ooh. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we got more strippies. We have that light bulb too. We need to put this on something. Okay. I have a lot more of these that I can cut out if we need them. All right. Every little piece, I mean, even this little piece could be integral to a piece. All right, let me close this up. Put it to the side. Let's put these guys up here, okay? And I'm going to close this. Like, I want to find something that we can use this with. Let's put some ink on this and see what it looks like. I think that sometimes ink will change the size, you know, the shape of something because it defines it. This. And I don't know. That's a big one. So it's going to be the background. Okay. Need something. That poor baby has more of my stuff than she cares to know about. But you know what? She's extremely talented. I'm absolutely in awe of her. She has started her own business where she makes her own custom clothing. Because understand, my granddaughter is like 5'4", 5'5". She's very small, extremely petite. Extremely petite. And regular clothing does not fit her. Like off the rack stuff doesn't fit. So she has to make her own stuff. And people that she knows started seeing her stuff going, oh, wow, that is so cool. So she started making clothes for her friends. And now she has her own one-of-a-kind clothing line where she makes, literally, it's like one of a kind. She doesn't make the same thing twice. And she comes over from time to time and she'll, Bima, can you weigh this for me? I need to ship it. Well, yes, absolutely. I'm going to see if I can bring up a little bit of this embossing. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. And so I get her shipping bags whenever I can, and tissue paper to wrap her clothing up in to make it look nice, and thank you cards to put in her packaging and everything. And her mom just bought her a dedicated label printer because I guess her mom was tired of driving her over here. We live about 20 minutes apart. It's the furthest she's actually it's the first intentional long distance that she's ever lived from me. And I got to tell you guys, she is absolutely so talented in what she does. And it's gorgeous stuff. And if I weighed 95 pounds, I would buy it. I'd look a little silly being a grandma, but I'd do it anyway. But she makes some beautiful necklaces and some beautiful skirts and bodice pieces and things, just gorgeous stuff. And I'm always so in awe of the stuff that she makes. And I've shown some of it. I think Michelle's seen a few pieces of it. I think Carla has too. Just some really beautiful, fantastic stuff. I'm going to put this on a dimension.
Make sure you take over that corset.
Oh, yeah. I got to grab that, put it in the car. Needs something. I know what it needs. Where's my thing? I don't know. I've lost it. If you're crazy and we grab your crap. She sells on Depop. But like, if you got a tiny granddaughter or a teeny tiny little daughter, she makes the shit. I'm telling you. Hold on. Hi, Chris. Let me see. I'm going to do this. Ugh, put in your information for your store and stuff, so Arlene can pimp it out, because she does a lot of different types of channels. She moderates on a lot of different channels. So put it in there so that Arlene can grab it. Put all your information in, where your shop is and all that. Yeah, you're making stuff in any size now? Very cool. Right now we're working on getting her labels made up that say Satorio on them, which is her the name that she uses for her designing. But her stuff is fantastic. It's very visionary. It's very different. It's very off the wall. Yeah. And I'm not saying that because I'm her grandmother. But, she is my favorite. No, I'm kidding. But she is the one that made me a grandma. That is the reason I am a Bima. Because she made me. All right. So I'm going to put ink on this. I'm not really going to do anything with this because I'm going to use it as just what it is, a journal card. But I am going to trim this because apparently I have a little bit of the back coming over the top there. Let's see. Sometimes you can't tell that until you ink, you know. And then you'll see that double layer and you're like, oh, crap. All right, now, this and this are tabs. So we're just going to set those to the side because they're already, you know, what they need to be. And then I'm going to see if there's anything in the no-no box that we can use. No, no, just saying a lot of no, no, no. We can use these. We've used them in other places, so we can use those. That could be used. We do an oval. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's all in the no-no box. So these are simple because they're already kind of pre-made. All I have to do now is just come in here and ink on my edges. This is why I tell you not to use stick glue. Because it will come apart eventually. So that's why I'm always telling you, don't use it. Don't use it. Not on something that you're going to actually like want to use and have last. Like if you're putting it on a card and it doesn't matter if that card lasts, you know, a year or two or whatever, then by all means, go ahead and use it. But this, and I think I glued these pages together. I did. I glued them together and they're already coming apart. That is why I am forever telling you not to use stick glue. So girl, you've been doing a lot of driving and cleaning, and what is going on with you, Chris? Start talking, girl. This is your safe place. Hi, Gypsy. How are you, sweetheart? Did you get your computer, your internet all fixed now? Mine went off this morning just before I went live, and I was like, son of a... Came back, though. Okay. I'm taking away your little blue panties, girly girl. Uh, yes, they do. But it takes like 2 to 6 hours, I think, for it to show up. I need little pieces too. Yeah, it takes a few hours to show up. And sometimes you actually have to click on the show chat. I gotta cut more of these out too. I'm like all out of them. I got like 2 or 3 left. See, when you need little pieces too, these little things work. So we're gonna be doing a lot of these tonight. We're gonna be doing some toppers, some page toppers. So if you've got doilies, get them out because we're gonna be doing some page toppers. I'm gonna be doing some over the top page toppers, and we're just gonna be doing some, just straight, like I don't know why, but we always do clusters going this way, up and down. But we're gonna be doing some tonight going across. Like this one is more of an across, but we're going to make it longer, So we're going to be doing those. So we have all kinds of stuff to work with, All right, let me get this put up real quick because we do have a few things we need to talk about before I get out of here and go on my date because I got a date with a very important person, one of the most important people in my life. My pride, my joy. Steampunk wheels? You mean gears? I have dies for them, yes. Did you need them for something? Because I do have dies for it. I have a couple of dies. I have ones that'll cut like these big, like separate single ones like this. And then I pulled a die last night that I haven't used yet in this one. Here it is. We're going to use it tonight. And it's like a set. And then I have another one that does like a corner piece. So I have a couple. What are we doing? Okay, we're messing, making a mess. Oh. All right, so let's see what's going on. So we had a cascading tag video yesterday, which was it's basically just a stack of tags. But it's fantastic if you are wanting to add some journaling space in a page. And you don't have to do it just the size I did. I mean, you could do it page width if you wanted to. You just have to expand it. But the length is pretty much going to be the same. And, then you could do and you could have a whole stack, like a waterfall of tags that don't come out. They just flip up, but you can journal on both sides of them. Hello. That is just a huge amount of writing space in a journal. So that was yesterday. And then tonight's craft with me is going to be doing the page toppers. So get out the doilies because we're going to be doing that. If you don't have doilies, that's okay. This is actually a die. It's not a doily. It's a die. But if you don't have something like this, I got news for you. You can do this with any piece of paper you want. We'll do one with a plain piece of paper tonight. Remind me. Tomorrow is going to be Friday Night Nuts. And regular mixed media on Saturday. Now, I did move the Pick a Journal Challenge out to March. It's on March the 21st. So if you want to pick a journal topic and send it to me and see if I will make your journal, if I pick you randomly and I make your journal, I will, of course, finish your journal and send it to you. But here's the thing. I was going to have it done this month, but doing this particular journal is going to take a while because we have 4 signatures to do. So I'm thinking we're going to be at least through middle of next month so I'm going to pick that journal next month. So you have until March the 21st to send that in. Also, we are on the 4th challenge of the Projects of 26 challenge. The list for that, I will get it up, make sure that it's updated. There's one in the community tab, one in the Facebook group. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have it done by the time I pull the next one. You could start at the first one right now and just do all of them. It's entirely up to you. I do ask that when you post it, though, you put challenge number 1, challenge number 2, challenge number 3, challenge number 4, so that we know what they are. Okay, so challenge number 4 right now is to use a playing card as your base and do some kind of finger painting on it. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. And if you don't have a playing card, that's fine. 3.5 by 2.5 inch card, and ATC is a playing card size. That will work as well. I do have videos posting through April, and I have a few more coming that I have to get edited. I hate that word, edited. They have to finish editing. That works. That sounds so much better, doesn't it? I'm probably going to also fold some book page pockets tonight because I need to fold some book page pockets out of some maps. And I pulled those so we can get those done. What else? I think that's it. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button. Why not, right? Subscribe. I'm going to offend you. I want you to be here for it. What else? If you would like a copy of my schedule, you can get that here in the community tab. You can also find out what the current challenge is. Or you could go down and join my Facebook group. So here's how that happens. You go down to the bottom where the description is, and it says more. Click on more. More is going to take you to the cyber stalking link. That's right. It's a big drop down of cyber stalk. You can get my email address, my Facebook group, my Ko-Fi, my Patreon, my Etsy shop. Everything is down there, guys, including the link to my Facebook group. So go do all of that. Cyberstalk me. Michelle does it. It's great. But that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. Until I see you again, I need you to do 3 things for me. I need you to stay warm, stay hydrated, and stay well. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. By the way, somebody reach out to Christine. There she is. I was just going to have somebody go hunt you down, girl. Hi, Christine. But I am going to get my order pulled right now and put it in an envelope. And then I'm going to go on my date with my granddaughter. We're going to go spend some of my money. Last time we went out, we went and got Chinese food because she likes Chinese food too. All right. So until I see you again,